Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver. Welcome to an obnoxious color palette that I vibe with because pink and light blue are great colors. Anyways, welcome to World of Horror. Back again. So, it's time. If history must be undone, then become the chaos. I have to kill I have to kill chaos. Is chaos here? I have to kill chaos. You know, it's so good. It's so good because there's somebody in my Amogus group that goes by the name Chaos, so I just want to get, like, Jack saying... It's Jack, right? I just want to get Jack saying, I have to kill chaos, and I want to get that as, like, a sound effect for his soundboard. That would be so good, dude. That would be so good. Because there's somebody in my, like, there's literally somebody in my Among Us group who goes by the name Chaos. And so, it would be so good to just randomly play, I have to kill chaos. Is chaos here? I have to kill chaos. I love it so much. But, yeah, so, I'm definitely not in a Final Fantasy mood right now. Like, here's the thing. The worst part about recording the backlog is that I want to play more Final Fantasy XIV. But if I'm gonna be able to record the backlog for, like, you know, the amount of episodes that I need, I have to do all of my gaming as, like, recording gaming. And so, like, I've been taking breaks, of course, you know, right? Like, I played some Bloons Tower Defense 6, which actually, I'll do a little side tangent here. I have a great story. So I wanted to, like, play Bloons 6 on my laptop. Because it's Bloons, right? Like, who cares? It's literally just Bloons. Like, haha, silly monkey throw dart game, right? I was wrong. It turns out Bloons is actually the most intense benchmark I've ever seen, because when I loaded it up on my laptop was like, my laptop was literally like 70, like, it started out, my laptop was fine. When I loaded Bloons, 100% CPU usage, and I started freaking out. Like, I thought I had a lemon, and I'm gonna be running, like, soon, I'm gonna be running, like after this video, literally, I'm gonna be running, like, a 3D Mark on my laptop, but, like, I cannot believe, like, I'm gonna be running Time Spy or whatever, I cannot believe that Bloons, like, I've loaded up Final Fantasy XIV on that laptop, and, you know, once I got the GPU thing all sorted out, it was running decently. I cannot believe that, of all things... Did we see Moriko on the TV? I wasn't paying attention. I think we did, but I'm gonna just spam it real quick. I do apologize for the flashing... I saw Moriko there, we're good. I do apologize for the flashing boxes, but, like, well, like, of all the things, Bloons is the thing that, like, brings my laptop to its knees. Like, what the hell? I thought the laptop was supposed to, like, the laptop I got was supposed to have, like, a great processor. Like, what the hell? Why is Bloons just hilariously unoptimized to the point where any computer not running, like, desktop-level hardware just, like, crashes and burns? Like, I'm not joking to you. Like, I have ran a bunch of... I've been running various different games on there of varying degrees of, like, fidelity. And Bloons is the first game that I loaded up that made my laptop sound like an engine. Like, you heard, like, the graphics card and the CPU, they were working. Like, the fans, I should say, were working hard. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, man. It's like, it's hilarious. But anyways, we got a knowledge check, and, wait, hold on. Get me out of here. Leave, it's a bad idea. You know what I want. You know what I want. The reason why it's hard to find sometimes in the store is because I bought them all. But, no, it's like, it was so crazy. Like, it was so crazy, because it's just like, laptop, 100, like, Final Fantasy XIV, the laptop sleeps. You know, which is probably the most graphically intensive game that I plan to play. But I will try Rage 2, just as a treat, because I do want to play Rage 2. I really want to play Rage 2, actually. I loved Rage 1. I really loved Rage 1. Yeah, I'll take EXP here. I'm not a coward. I'll take EXP here. Like, Rage 1, like, people did not like Rage 1. I don't know how it got a sequel, but I personally really liked Rage 1. And I want to try Rage 2. It was on sale, so I picked it up like a month ago or something. Like, a couple months ago. I don't remember when I picked it up, like a month ago or so. Enter the portal. Hello. this is another tangent, but I can't get that stupid video out of my head. Hello, Mario. Don't look that up if you don't know what it is. It's terrible. But, yeah, so it's just like, you know, I want to, like, I'm gonna try Rage 2. I'm gonna try, like, I've already tried Final Fantasy 14. But it's just like, what's with balloons? Like, what on earth is with balloons? So this is the first enemy, by the way. It's a little difficult for me to tell sometimes because of the fact that we do. I've done like 8 runs. I've done more than 8 runs today. Just like 8 episodes today. So it do kind of blend together though. But like I'm like 90% sure that this is the first run, or this is the first enemy. It flies closer. If we didn't kill here, we'd get burned. When it says Totoru flies closer, that's what it means. It means you're gonna get burned next turn. Pain, suffering, misery, even. But yeah, no, like we're just vibing. We're having a good time. Shiro, what? Never do that. Only villains do that. Only villains save Shiro. But oh, what was I gonna say? Botany is so intricate. Like, here's the thing. Because Knight Errant is optional, I really wish there were more mysteries that just had that intricacy, where it's like, there's a dynamic going on. Because I think that's really cool. So, it's knowledge and dexterity. Both of those will be fine on their own, right? Because they start at 4. So, I think that what we need to do is just power level knowledge to make our weapon as good as possible. I think that's fair. So we could potentially get dabbed on by our opponent, but and by our opponent I mean our compatriot, who we will beat up because they have a painkiller. That definitely don't take that out of context whatsoever. But like, so yeah, besides my laptop being brought to its knees by Bloons Tower Defense 6, you know, I'm also like, I announced this on the Discord. Like, if you want the full details on like the content updates and stuff, I would go to the Discord in the link in the description, and you can check out, like, I posted it in the general chat because it's like, that's what most people see. But truth be told, it is like, hold on, Shiro-san's the second enemy, right? Like, Shiro-san? Yeah, it would be Shiro-san as second enemy. Like, truth be told, like, I posted it in general chat because that's what most people read. But I normally post them in, like, content, like video game suggestions or special videos and live streams. But general is an appropriate place for it as well. I basically kind of laid out the content plans, although, but if you go back, like, I mean, this video is going to be on, like, what, the 30th? The 31st? Hopefully the 31st. That means I got one less video I think I gotta record. But, nah. I'm messing. I'm messing around, alright? But, we should, I mean, we're good either way. Like, it doesn't matter. But, if we hit or miss that. You love to see the knowledge, though. Like, if we can just get our knowledge as high as possible, and then be like, haha, Miku Mayhem go burr, then we could have some fun here. But, like, basically, you know, you got Crystar, you got RimWorld, you got Sonic Adventure 2, Hero and Dark Side, which I still actually have to record Hero Side, but Dark Side just needs to be edited and rendered. And then, you know, I'll probably bundle Last Story in with Hero Side, or maybe it'll get its own video, but, like, I don't want to delay it until the weekend, you know? I don't know. But, cause I'll probably just post it on Monday and you get, like, maybe... Like, cause here's the thing, either I post 3 videos on Monday, or I delay the JRPG and RimWorld by a day. And I don't know how much I want to do that, right? Like, a JRPG being Crystar. Like, I'm in the present now, where Crystar hasn't been announced yet, unless you looked at the playlist, like I said you could do. But, you know, it's like... what if we just do anyway? And so... Yeah, like, I like... well, so... I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but basically it's like, you know, we got Crystar, we got RimWorld. I hope you're enjoying both of them, by the way. I'm really enjoying both of them as well. But, you know, it's... The timeline is muddled, if that makes sense. Because I'm going essentially from... You know, this is like early July, super late June, or it's like, and then I'm bouncing to like earlier in June, and then I'm bouncing to like later in June. Like it's hard to get like the timeline fully straight, because of just how the whole thing works. So. You know, so sometimes I, like, trip up and I'm like, JRPG instead of Crystar. Like, by the time you're watching this, Crystar will have long since been out. But, you know, I'm having a lot of fun with both of the games. I think they're really cool. We're gonna probably focus on Crystar first. We'll roll the library notes once, just for, like, banking our reason, kind of. Like, spend 2 reason to bank a reason later. Friend's Diary. That is a bow and a bow. And then we can just get rid of this, because timeline B. And then we'll grab the library notes again, because why not? We've already got that. So yeah, like, I hope you're enjoying both RimWorld and Crystar. And, you know, I think I said it in a different video, but it's like, you know, it is kind of weird. And I'm excited to do, like, variety content, but it is also, like, you know, I know where my bread is buttered, if that makes sense. Like, I know that World of Horror is what you watch for, and I hope that I'm not diluting the pool. Because, like, this is madness, alright? Like, this is genuine madness, but there's a part of me that thinks, like, oh, but what... Thank you, Kendo Helmet, very cool. A part of me just thinks, like, well, what if I just did double the World of Horror episode? But no, that's stupid, right? I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's obviously dumb. And so, like, I'm glad to be able to, you know, provide variety. Because here's the thing, right? Like, my online identity revolves around Worlds of Horror. Like, that, I don't think is gonna surprise anybody. But the thing is, that's not all I ever want to be online, and that's not what I personally define myself as. Because, I mean, imagine defining yourself over a single game. That would be insane. But, like, I don't define myself as a World of Horror boy. It's all bows, always has been. Well, that was a clap, I think. I think that final thing was a clap. But, like, you know, I don't define myself over a single game. And I have fun. Like, we're just pumping knowledge. Like, we're just going ham here. We're going stupid. We're going crazy. But yeah, you know, I don't define myself over World of Horror. And so, you know, my, like, philosophy around it is that I like, World of Horror isn't gonna stop anytime soon. And, like, we rolled a 10 there, by the way. If this area had a threat level, we would have... We could have potentially failed the 11 knowledge skill check. But, you know, I don't want to define myself forever by World of Horror. And so it's important to basically kind of have a view of it to where it's like, yeah, I like World of Horror and I'm going to keep playing it. but it's like, I want to also be known for other things. I want to do other things as well. And so, you know, by going out and getting variety, that sort of helps a lot. Okay, well, five reason? 5 reason? Hello? We take 2 reason, we can, he goes down to... Okay, actually, we can kill him next turn, that's fine. But, like, that's crazy. There's no way we're using Bow and Clap against that guy. I'm not taking 5 reason, that's insane. But, yeah, you know, I want to do other things, and, you know, World of Horror isn't going to stop anytime soon. And, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if I'm not going to drop the game during a almost historic drought, I'm not gonna, like, you know, we're in the community's dubbed it the eternal winter, right? Like, sorry, not the eternal winter, the never-ending winter. We had the never-ending summer update, which allowed us to do this in the top left corner, I think, among other things. And we also got the, I mean, we got a bunch of other stuff, but that's just like, hey, we're in summer now. We're in June! Hey, that's me, literally me. But, like, you know, now people say it's like the never-ending winter update, or the never-ending winter content drought, or whatever. Like, if I'm not gonna ditch the game during a historic, like, almost historic, unprecedented drought of content, I'm not gonna, you know, and I know that we never do the side quest, I want to make that clear, but I want to level up as many times as possible, because haha, that'd be funny, right? Like, it'd be funny to just put all my points into knowledge, right? It'd be hilarious to put all my points into knowledge, even. It'd be very entertaining. I definitely imagine. I don't know it personally, but, you know, it'd be funny for sure. But yeah, it's like... I wanna play other games, and I wanna do other things, and I wanna be known for them. Like, I don't wanna be known as the guy... Well, okay, listen. I'm content with being the World of Horror guy for now, right? But that's not what I want to be forever. That's not my... I mean, this shouldn't surprise anybody. That's not my life's goal, to be the World of Horror guy, you know? I have goals, and if Worlds of Horror gets in the way of those goals, then, you know, it might hit the shelf for a bit. But so far, it gels with my life really well. So, like... And see, that's the... Something Truly Evil diluting the pool. That's if we never fight Something Truly Evil, that's basically free. Speaking of basically free... So, like, you know, it's like, it's a weird thing to... It's a weird thing to talk about, because you don't want people to get the right idea, because there's always going to be that one person who's like, oh, this is, you know, like, this is heresy or whatever, right? But it's really not a big deal. I don't think anything that I've said is, like, weird or anything. Like, I think it's all relatively... I think it's perfectly reasonable, honestly. Of sort of being like, yeah, you know, it's... You don't want to be the Worlds of Horror guy as your entire life's goal. And so, as long as World of Horror... As long as you have fun playing World of Horror, which I do, and it's kind of annoying to have to specify it like that, but, you know, you need to be clear, because it's a YouTube video. But as long as World of Horror gels and is compatible with what I'm doing, and I have fun with it, then I'm gonna keep doing it, because I don't arbitrarily start and stop things, right? Like, it's become a comfort game. And so, I don't have any intentions or plans to stop playing it, you know, but it's also sort of like, whatchamacallit, like, it's not, like, and I mean, again, this is perfectly reasonable. I don't think anybody is saying, like, oh my god, this guy's not gonna dedicate his life to an indie game. You know, if it's, as long as it can be a part of my life, I absolutely have zero problem making it a consistent part of my life, because I have a lot of fun doing it. But if I ever stop having fun with it, or it ever becomes incompatible with my life, then it's gonna get the door, it's gonna get the shelf. Because at the end of the day, it's a game. And, you know, it's a game that I think I'm pretty good at, admittedly. And it's a game that I have a lot of fun playing. And, like, here's the thing, it's kind of, I put it in the Final Fantasy XIV camp of, like, this is a game that I'm content to play until the end of time, but if it ever gets inconvenient, then I am not going to, like, be like, oh, in the good old days, you know, it's like, no, I'll throw it away. I don't even know how we started talking about this. Like, I'm not gonna do another run, because I got a lot more backlog to record, not even just for this game, but for a lot of stuff. But I guess I just want to cap it off with, like, I'm not doing the other content to try to murder World of Horror and end the series, because that would be stupid, right? Like, it's a stupid thing to think about. Not from a point of, like, oh, career ruined, but, like, it's a stupid thing to think about because I have fun with the game, and I don't have, like, a reason to, like, even want to consider something like that, you know what I mean? And so, it's more or less just something where I'm like, you know, I want to be able to offer other content that's valuable and meaningful, if that makes sense. Right? Like, I want to be able to do things that aren't World of Horror that are just as valuable as World of Horror. And you could say that World of Horror isn't valuable, or from the perspective of me making videos about it, I should specify. That's gonna get taken out of context, don't you dare. But it's like, from that perspective, it's like, yeah, you could say that your videos aren't that valuable, right? And yeah, in the net scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, they're not really that valuable, they're just videos on the internet. But they mean something to me, and I think I've had people tell me that these videos mean something to them. And so, you know, it's like, if I could do something of value to at least maybe like 2 or 3 people when it comes to something else, then, yeah, I think that, as somebody who, you know, one of my favorite things to do is, you know, create things. Like, I have a lot of fun making things. You know, even if it's just like it's not like, you know, I could probably talk about this for a long time, because I have to keep, like, specifying and, like, oh, correction here, correction there, you know, like, oh, I said this, but I didn't really put it in the right words, you know, like, I think everybody here is relatively reasonable to the point where I feel like it's, I feel like everybody here is relatively reasonable. At least the people who are watching to the end are relatively reasonable when it comes to something like this. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's basically like, I guess, like, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not a big deal, but I'm still treating it with respect, I guess you could say. Well, I don't know. I think I've gone, like, off topic, like, 18 times in the rant, and so it's not really coherent anymore. So I hope I made some semblance of sense. And, yeah. I hope it was an enjoyable episode to watch nonetheless. We did get, like, 14 knowledge, which was hilarious. How did I get this Lamborghini? Knowledge. If there was $1 million on a table, and a book that told you how to make $1 million on the table, and you could only take one, what would you take? Would you take the $1 million? Would you take the book that tells you how to make $1 million? The thing that I value more than this Lamborghini in this garage is my books. Look at all of these books. They're knowledge. Okay, alright, I'm gonna peace out now. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you on the next episode of World of Horror. Stay safe out there. Have a good one.